that we can get them all lined up correctly.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I always wondered with the rules, like, you know, you can give a letter a stroke, but I've never heard about refs docking a player points.
No, I've never heard that either. Who's docking a player points?
I guess it's just not a rule in squash.
Well, maybe it is. I've heard of a referee docking a player a stroke, but never a point. Like they can't lose a point, but they can give a point to their opponent.
Correct.
By docking the opponent. Sorry, they're docking the one person to give their opponent the point. I think is how it works. Now that's not the terminology.
No, I don't think that would meet the Webster's definition.
No, I think they just say it's a stroke or a conduct warning.
Alfred Miller says Nathan in 3. I think you could be right. I think you could be right, Alfred.
Yeah, so Alfred Miller, why do you think Nathan in 3? That's a pretty bold claim here. I know, you know, sometimes the crowd wants, of course, a 5-game marathon match. They want to see spectacular squash, but 3-0 is pretty decisive.
That was so tight, I thought it was down.
That is true. I actually thought it was down as well from this angle. You know how old Malik is, by the way?
I don't know offhand, but I'm going to guess it's 20.
No, then why did I ask you?
Well, you didn't know.
Yeah,
I'm wrong. He's 23.
23.
Yep.
And Nathan?
Oh,
he's closer to 30, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's not 30.
He's not 30, no. His body is not broken like mine is. So he can't be 30.
He's actually 30.
Is he 30?
Sorry, Brad, you lose.
Well, then it'll start breaking down next year.
July 3rd.
Alfred said, loved the grit Nathan showed yesterday. Yeah,
no kidding, Alfred.
That's great. Yeah,
I think
right.
a lot of people were impressed by that. I don't know. I told him after the match, I don't know where the hell he found that energy to play that 5th game, but.
And if, you know, I think I was also commentating that match. And when he looked injured, he looked hurt.
It was.
I was just kind of calling him out. I said, well, this is probably over. And he just dug in. But every rally, between points, he looked so pained.
I think he must have looked through the glass, Brad, and saw you commentating and said, I can't let Brad down.
Do you think that's what it was?
It had to have been.
That makes sense.
What a shot.
That is a nice shot. That is a nice shot. Malik really doesn't seem at all fazed by playing a more veteran, higher-ranked player. Like
Malik is and he's
taking it to him. He's doing what he needs to do.
He's a very smooth player, smooth mover.
He's a great mover too. He really covers the midcourt well. He volleys well. He steps up in the tee, and he's a fantastic cut on that ball to bring it in short. You can't predict from that same swing if he's going short or deep. Well, that one, unfortunately, you heard me talking.
That was uncharacteristic of a player of that caliber.
Yep. And Josh Atwell says Curtis showed a lot of grit yesterday as well. Yeah, he did. He really did. That was a good match.
I think Curtis went in there.
I've also been told that a bit of a celebrity, Ryan K from Toronto, is watching. Ryan, give him a shout out here.
Ryan, your autographed picture is in the mail.
We're actually wondering why you're not on court right now.
All right.
And where that case of
4-3 Malik.
close.
There haven't been any epic rallies to start this match. It's kind of been typical standard stuff.
Yeah, they're feeling each other out. They're getting their pace going, figuring out the length. And this is also where the guys kind of try to get a feel of how's their opponent feeling. How are they moving? Is there any position of the court where they're not moving too well? They're a bit slow to the corner, but they're favoring a leg or an arm.
Yeah.
After a tough tournament like this, you kind of expect that there's something that's not feeling too good.
What a great poach that was.
Wow,
Malik gets on it.
That's
a lot of time there for Lake.
fantastic.
Oh, it kind of goes for a little half kill.
Jeff,
What
I
a-
think I saw you hit like a
I do.
similar post.
I've hit that shot off the frame before.
Yeah.
A few times.
Yeah, it didn't
Very
hit a string
effective.
at all, which is more impressive, I think, than, you know, he used all of his strings for that shot.
Well, one thing I've realized over the years is if you play with the side of the racket, it's a lot more unpredictable.
It really is. Yeah, that's interesting insight there. That was a bad miss there. Going for that rip nick off the serve. Midway through the game, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a great serve. He had an opening for it.
Nobody's looking particularly dominant so far.
No, which is good. Which is good in a way. Not for them, of
Good
course.
for the audience, for
Yeah,
sure.
good for the audience.
That was like a half volley.
That's also a bit of a bad miss. Yeah.
Well, he took that on the short hop, and it was almost good.
And you always wonder too, with these guys, they work so hard for every point. Every shot is really difficult. And then sometimes, you know, you just get that brain fart. Or maybe it's just me.
Is that a
and
squash term?
That's a brain fart? Yeah, that's a squash term. Yeah. You hit like just a bad unforced error. You look back on that, you know, afterwards. What was I thinking? Why did I hit that shot?
Right.
Although I think that about both shots.
Well, even the best of us choose the wrong shot probably half the time. Arbus Malik?
Is that Adam Arbus?
No, I think he's assuming that Malik's name is hyphenated, that his last name is actually Arbus Malik.
Oh, okay.
So obviously he's an insider.
Okay, okay.
So Curtis Arbus Malik in 5, okay.
Okay, Emmett, 2015. Hope you weren't born in 2015.
Don't know who you are,
Yeah,
Emmett.
YouTube got.
We should be in bed.
Yeah, that's a great time. A little bit loose here from Nathan. I'd like to see him tighten it up and get it a bit deeper. A little short.
Oh,
Yeah.
in the nick.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Great shot.
Okay. Emet, 2015 says Malik in 5.
Anybody got any wagers on Bet365 or Will Hill?
Is that on? Is that available right now? I don't know if it's on there.
I don't know. Jeremiah knows where to bet on squash.
Well, you can on a 365. I've done it before.
Oh. You don't think the Nash Cup meets their minimum?
Well, maybe not. All I know is every time I've bet on it, I've lost.
You didn't have Tamimi or whoever that was to beat Paul Cole last week?
No, I haven't done it in a few years.
Who was it even? It wasn't even Tamimi, was it?
No, Tamimi,
it was.
sorry, Paul Cole lost to...
I did lose to Tamimi.
Was it Tamimi?
In
Yeah, it
Qatar,
was
yeah.
Tamimi. And
Yeah.
sorry, on the other side of the draw was also quite an upset,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Cruin beat Farag. Was it Cruin?
Yeah, Victor Cruin.
Or did somebody else beat Farag?
I don't know if you've seen him play.
Oh, I
He is
can't
a
remember.
fantastic player.
He's going to be a good one.
I would think he already is a good one. He's
Mm.
going to be an even better one. He's fun to watch. He's a very
The
fun
next
player.
Gaultier?
Hmm.
That's tough to predict.
That's a high bar.
That's a high standard.
I'm sure he would love to do that,
Yes.
and he has the potential. You know, think about Ali Farag went to Harvard, and
Where's Cruin? Is he also Harvard?
no, wait, where did Cruin go to school?
Farag was Harvard.
Yeah, Farag was Harvard. I forget where Cruin went, but the fact you can do 4 years of school, you know, difficult studying, and come out of that as a pro squash player at a extremely high level is impressive. I really makes me question my time at university. I don't know what I accomplished.
Well, you spent some money.
I did spend some money. So we have a question for the audience wondering when this Andrew Zanata is coming to London to play some squash. He's been quite vocal on our chat here. And apparently he's maybe a decent golfer. Not great, but okay golfer. We have a lot of good golf courses here in London, Ontario. Maybe Andrew Zanata would love to play them. So Andrew, if you're listening, come on by, play some squash, play some golf. Maybe we'll teach you a few things, and maybe have a beer or two. Local legend here, Gary Sullivan, said he'd even buy you a couple beers. Although you'd have to share them with Gary, and, well, that comes with danger. You might even see Gary scooping through courts tonight if these guys have a dive or some sweat problems. So far, these guys don't look like they're sweating very much.
Oh, by the way, while we've been chatting, Nathan Lake has a game ball.
Yeah, he's actually just steadier, and
You didn't come here for squash commentary, folks.
no. Despite the fact it's amazing. Yeah, Lake is he's so steady. He's very steady. Even when he's hitting, you know,
Wow,
I mentioned one
what a
rally
finisher.
for length.
That impresses the crowd.
Yeah.
And Malik is going to go and get some coaching between games.
Malik looked under pressure there. Most of that game, he was under a lot of pressure. He
Yes,
wasn't really
Lake,
given any openings.
Lake controlled those rallies. Well, Brad, how do you feel? We're coming to the end of another Nash Cup. Coming to the end of another long week.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to need a cleanse for about a month after this event.
Okay, we have Mark Brokeman in the chat, who is a pro and was in this tournament. So, Mark, following up on your comment, what do you need to see from Malik to get the players a little bit closer together here?
Or alternatively, what does he see from Nathan that might be giving Malik a lesson? I'd love to hear some comments there around that. And, you know, I actually am inclined to agree right now. Nathan's just looking so steady.
Oh, you know what, Brad? I forgot. I wanted to do an intro at the beginning of this game.
Oh, sorry. Let me just sort of think. Okay, here we start the second game. Jeff, any comments?
Well, we're back. Game 2 of the match, starting here with Nathan Lake up 1-0.
Well, this reporter here just had a beer spilled on his pants by none other than Gary Sullivan. That's better than some stuff in Siller's pants in the past, so he'll take it.
Lake out to a quick lead here, 1-love.
You know, I always, when Lake's
Great
doing
shot by
before,
Malik. That ball died in the back, right in front of us.
I've said it before, I think, and I'll repeat it again. Lake is your very classic, traditional English-style squash. He does it so well, and it's a very difficult style to beat.
So, like, attack every opening, hit the ball, and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, okay. For the people listening, Jeff's laughing there.
That's a little sarcasm.
Yeah.
A little classic Tudhope sarcasm.
Jeff's new to humor, as you may have known for those openings, but he's a good mover. He volleys well. He has fantastic length. Understands the pacing of the ball, when to pick it up, when to be defensive, when to pick up, you know, when to change the height. And he can take it in short. He can attack quite well. But he gives no openings. He's a guy that knows if you want to beat him, you got to put in the effort. You got to go in there for an hour-plus match. It's going to take work.
Yeah, Malik was a little bit late on that one. That was not like a crazy tight shot by Lake.
No.
He came back deep in the court. So there could be a little fatigue.
Could be. He's, you know, he's has some tough matches to get here.
Yeah, I was actually talking to Nathan Lake earlier this week about his training methods, and it's not what you think.
No, just a pack of cigarettes and a case of beer.
Well, and he pulls pickup trucks.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
he finds anybody he knows. Well, he lives in the States, right? So he finds anybody he knows with a pickup truck, but that can't be hard. And he just pulls them.
Like a half ton or quarter ton?
Whatever's available.
Wow.
He has his own ropes and chains.
Are we talking like a diesel truck? Because those things can be heavy.
Yeah, the odd diesel.
Just a turbo alone weighs like a quarter ton.
So, you know, it's just, in order to advance in any sport, you got to do stuff everyone else isn't doing, and I guess he's found his niche. That's
a very strange niche, I got to admit. Oh, that's a great shot. So maybe Malik's shirt should be, he should get a logo saying "Keep on trucking."
You mean Nathan Lake?
Nathan. Oh, you're talking about Nathan the whole time. Well, that makes more sense. He's a bigger guy. He's a little stronger.
He also lives in the States.
He lives in the States?
Yeah, him and Haley. They live in, they work at the University Club in Chicago.
I had no idea.
Not a bad place to work.
I hear that's a fantastic club.
I guess you got to do something to counterbalance that deep dish.
Chicago deep dish pizza is amazing. So Malik, just for the record, does not pull pickup trucks.
No, and he'd probably call it a lorry.
Jeff, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That ball was down. Was that good? No,
I
it was down.
thought
It was
that
down.
was good. I thought it was good, but hold on. He's walking back. He was all over the place there. No, it was down. I thought it was good from this angle, but no one's questioning it, so we'll go with their judgment. So Jeff, if you were Malik right now, what would you try and do to come back and
well, okay, so I'm not very good. So if I was Malik right now, if I was Malik with my own brain, I would probably start trying to hit winners. I'd probably try to hit everything super tight to the tin, and I'd probably feel a whole bunch of pressure, and every time I volleyed, I'd go in short. That's probably what I would do.
How does that normally work for you?
Depends on how good my opponent is and how fit they are.
Well, I would say most opponents who play this club are better than you.
Okay, so at this level,
yes.
Well, at this level, they're going to jump all over it unless it's perfect, right? So, but that's what I would do, because right now I see two guys playing a similar style of squash, and Lake's just doing it better. Mind you, Malik's winning this game.
Yep. Which is good to see. He needed a good effort to start.
What we're not seeing, obviously, right now is how fit each guy's, how each guy's feeling, right?
Oh, you got to play that.
That's a weak ask.
That should not be a stroke.
And they're giving one.
Single. He had all the space to play it. They're giving a let. Yeah. And to be honest, as a ref here, I would have told Nathan, play that ball in the future. We'll give you a let now.
He even asked late.
Yeah. Next time it's not a let. It's no let.
But I don't think Malik has changed much in this game. He's not really playing that much different.
Do you think Nathan maybe changed his game?
I don't.
Because how do you explain the score difference then?
I think just Curtis is playing better.
So he's changed his game. Oh!
No, it's just a matter of execution.
Well, that was a great little shot.
I love those unintentional boats.
Yeah,
take just enough off the ball.
A little dirty. He was there for the straight drop. My best shots are the unintentional ones.
That's gonna be. I was gonna say that's gonna be trouble. It's funny when you play on a court enough, you can kind of tell pretty early if a ball's gonna be a problem.
Well, the metal strip here in the back of our courts are quite legendary now.
It's gonna go. Oh, okay, he's stretching him. Okay, so Malik didn't stretch out for that ball.
No, and I actually thought he could have.
Yeah.
He could have stretched out for it. And I'm wondering if that was just fatigue or he's just frustrated that he let it get to that in the first place.
Certainly some frustration there, and he's allowed the game almost get back to 6-all here. So
yeah, that lead is almost evaporated.
Does Malik have any PSA wins that you know of?
I don't know the answer to that.
I wonder. And this is probably the highest dollar value final he's been in. I'm assuming,
I don't
but
know about that. We should ask Jay Nash.
they would know.
Yeah, he will know for sure, and we'll find out.
You just wonder, like, at what point does that little bit of like nervousness and thinking start to come into the shot selection?
Yeah, but this caliber player,
Like Lake,
very good with the.
I think Malik's in his own head now. The last 3 points,
Yep.
he's kind of reacted. He's looking back at his sister in the stands here, and he's got to regroup. He had a pretty controlling lead here. He was up 6-2, and now he's losing the game. Lake is so fast on the ball. One thing I've noticed since the first day.
And notice how when he gets to the shot, how steady he is. He's so balanced. He's strong. And yeah, and because he's balanced, Gary Sullivan, was a legend here, also said his wrist is so powerful when he gets there. He can do anything he wants with that ball.
Well, it makes me wish I had access to camera 3 right now, because we're getting an awesome right wall rally.
Well, we do have access to it. We're just too lazy.
True, that's fair.
Interesting. I like it. I like it.
7-all here.
That was a nice shot. And very gutsy. Very gutsy. I would not have attempted that myself, but also I don't hit winners, which is maybe self-explanatory.
Oh, that's a let. That's a let.
That should be a let. It came out loose. It wasn't that tight.
Lake's giving a very intense look to the referee. I think I agree with him.
I think it should have been a let.
You know,
anyone
I
here
think,
listening, what do you think? If you're watching this right now, I just don't understand how that wasn't a let. It wasn't.
when the
a
refs
very
make
tight
these
shot.
decisions, they have to think about what the player has been able to get to so far in the match, right?
And the best thing, the most important thing for a ref is to be consistent. So if you give that a no let, anything similar in the rest of this match has to be a no let. The players will notice that.
Yeah.
And they'll say, okay, fine. That's a no let.
Malik hit a loose forehand there.
Yep.
With a lot of pace, and Lake was all over it and volleyed it.
It was loose. It was short. Look at the bounce. It bounced to the service box. It came off the wall.
I would say, even though it's 8-all, Lake's got the momentum right now in the match.
Yep. And I would say, as Malik, you can't give up this game. Now, that almost seems
That ball might have been down.
It almost seems obvious, but
Do you think that was a good get there?
I thought it was a good get. I thought it was fun.
Oh. Gotta be a let. Gotta be a let for safety.
because he turned on it. That should just be a let.
It's not. It's a stroke or a let.
I believe the refs here.
It was a bit of a wild shot.
A let.
Malik doesn't like that it's not a stroke. I think it could have gone either way.
Yeah, it really, that was interesting. Very unique shot.
Oh, a little reverse there, and it works. Great choice by Malik.
So we have a comment here saying, do you think the court will need to be wiped in this match? And if so, will Gary smell the towel? Well, if
That's
the
only
court does have to be wiped, Gary will smell the towel. We know that for a fact. I don't know who DCM is, but they know you.
Oh, what a great shot by Nathan. Just nice, gentle touch to put that ball right into the net.
9-9. This is fantastic. I would love to see some extra points here. Both players are just doing extremely well. Like this is a great match.
Great drop
it's nice
there.
And clean too.
Oh,
I
he
really
picks it
enjoy
up. That was a pretty good return.
Very few calls. They're playing
clean
through
match.
interference. That's
They're going to
stroke.
give a stroke.
That was just a bad drop.
A little bit of profanity from Jen Lehman down the row here, who doesn't seem to like the movement of Lake.
I will talk to the bartenders here and get her cut off. No, she's from Tilsonburg, and they're a little wild there. She thinks it's more of a hootenanny than a hoedown. Well, Malik.
And you got your wish, Brad. We're going to extra points.
Jeff Wong says agreed no let, and Squashlight says looked like no let. Second bounce was at Malik's feet. Yep.
You know, I'm a little disappointed by one thing this week, Brad.
I would love to know what
I
that
have
is.
not seen a player hit a ball into one of the towel buckets yet.
And we keep
We've
talking about it.
We've had the buckets hit. We've had them knocked over. We have not had a ball go into the buckets.
And I don't know if it was you and I talking over this week, but those buckets are in such a place that if the ball did go in there, it's a really bad shot. Like, that's a shot we would hit. Not a shot.
Oh, wow. That was a great hold by Malik.
Malik up to 11-10.
Okay, they're in a battle now.
The crowd would love to see this go 1-1.
So I see here Nathan Lake is sponsored by Cotswold Dairy.
Oh, they're the best dairy in town. That's
In
the only
the
dairy I
Cotswolds.
consume. Yeah, Cotswolds. Yeah. Or is it Cotswolds? Best
But
dairy in Cotswolds.
I heard he's kind of looking for a sponsorship from the
Funny story,
Diddley
though.
Squat Shop.
But funny story, he's actually lactose free. He can't even eat the dairy.
This is an incredible rally.
Yeah, this is getting a little.
There's been like 4 or
This is getting
5
a little wild,
ridiculous
but
shots.
the retrievals here from
The
both
crowd
players.
loves the wildness.
And we have people in the front row giving Malik high fives as he walks on the court.
That was amazing. All right, we're gonna take a quick break here and get some Cotswolds dairy, and we'll be right back. That was fantastic squash. Hope you're all enjoying this as well.
And we're back again for game 3. Gary Sullivan's trying to quiet down the crowd so that the players can play in some peace and quiet, but that's not going to happen with this crowd here. Jan Plant shushing the crowd as she is known to do. So we're tied 1-1 in games here, and you know, what looked like a comeback by Lake, which I think could have ended the match had he won it, has now renewed Malik. And we're basically playing a best of 3 here, folks. What an incredible boast by Lake. He's just pulled out some unbelievably tight shots. Now, based on ranking, because Lake comes in as the #1 seed at 38th in the world, do you think he needs this win to help his ranking, or do you think making the final? You guys think Jay would know based on the points, but I have a feeling that making this final is going to help him either way. And another drop shot from the back, forehand drop. What a killer shot. My co-commentator's on his way back. Much appreciated. Okay, thanks. It's not even cold.
Okay, we're back in the next game here. Lake gets an early 2-point lead. Well, Malik just got that one.
We got Brokeman here. Lesson avoided. Can keep the checkbook at home. Great stuff. Okay, Brokeman, you know, you're probably the most qualified person in the chat. What do you think Curtis needs to do to finish out the match against Nathan? Oh, got a
broken string there.
Gary was so hungry to go on court there.
That was also his last racket. So
not needed, Gary.
He's going to default the match, and I can see it now.
No, I think Malik's he's heading into the pro shop.
Yeah, he's going to restring it. I think they gave him a restringing timeout.
He had his eye on the Cameron Pilly Caracol that we have in there.
Okay. You know, in past years, we've had players break strings, rackets. We had one guy, Assault, who's now one of the top ranked players in the world, accidentally break his eye guards and have to take a 15-minute break.
I heard that sometimes Assault breaks a string when he doesn't even break a string.
No, but they somehow break after the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the old wrestling matches when, you know, the Macho Man would have a razor blade and he would all of a sudden be cut after he hit the turnbuckle. It's like,
are you saying the Macho Man, Randy Savage, is not a legitimate wrestler?
Oh, I'm saying he was a
fighting
legitimate
words.
professional wrestler.
Wow. I don't know if we could be friends anymore.
God rest his soul.
What a legend. What a legend.
Ooh, yeah.
Snap into a Slim Jim. Ooh, yeah.
So Malik just hit an incredible, like, soft, high length on the left wall that was glued to the wall.
And what I like about Malik, too, for a guy, you know, he's a younger guy. He's still newish in the tour, but he knows how to vary the pace. There's a lot of younger guys, especially, you know, they can certainly hit it hard, and they hit it hard. Every shot is hard, and that's the solution to any problem, is hit it hard. Malik has a good idea of, oh, you know what, maybe this time I'll vary the pace. I'll take some pace off and let it die in the back.
I'm a little bit surprised by how uneven this match has been in that you'll have a long rally and then you'll have a two-shot rally. You know, there's not been, it's like both guys have the ability to hit winners against the other guy, but like, why didn't Malik go for that ball? Was he wrong-footed?
He was wrong-footed.
Is that a week's worth of squash in his legs?
It might be, yeah. I think he cheated a bit for the straight drop. And that was a very clever shot there by Nathan. Ooh, no let.
Malik's saying he's blocked. I don't think he was blocked.
No let.
If he wanted to show that, he probably should have run into Lake. So Lake's out to a 5-2 lead here in the fourth, 6-2 lead here in the fourth game. It's the same lead Malik had before the comeback started last game.
Interesting observation there. Do you think it's going to happen again? No.
I don't know. Malik's,
no.
I think he's either tired or mentally he's a little bit unsure, but...
Well, look at the post he just hit. That wasn't a tired post, but he hit a really loose post. And look at that. That's not fatigue.
So he just conceded a stroke and didn't even try to clear it.
No, that's mental.
And it's 8-2 for Lake.
No matter how tired these guys are, they can hit a good length if they want to.
The Malik supporters in the crowd are, he's gone for the winner off the serve there. So I think he's gone, as Jonah Barrington would say, I think Malik's gone a bit walkabout in this game.
Yeah, and I think he's given this game up and he's going to recoup and go back. Andrew Zanata, I think it's name pronounced here. Love the pro wrestling comment and watch more pro wrestling comments in this chat. And I would just say the best ever was probably The Undertaker. And that's, I don't think that's
right now Nathan Lake's playing Undertaker on Curtis Malik's Nash Cup.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. I like that.
And Gary Sullivan's Paul Bearer. Macho Man, Gary. And that ball's out in the sidewall. Incredible stretch by Malik to hit that ball off the back wall.
Yeah, scoosh life here, scoosh life, and says rest game. Scoosh life. I think it's scoosh life.
Yeah.
That's how I pronounce it at least.
I think it's Scushalife.
Scushalife? Oh, that's right. Yeah, Scushalife. That was a quick game. That was a quick game.
11-2 Lake. So, a few minutes after Malik takes high fives from the crowd after pulling out a 12-10 win, he's now lost 11-2, and he's got to win the next game to stay alive in this final.
And, you know, that doesn't bode well for him.
I feel like that game started to get away from him early, and something happened. He just, you know, gave up on it a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe he got away from him a little bit, but at the same time, I just think as a younger player, he's a little bit younger, kind of, you have that giant gain, momentum's flowing, you get off the court, and you get back on the court after a break, and you lose that adrenaline just a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
and I think that's what happened. He came out a little bit flat in the game, and Nathan, again, I've said before, more veteran, played this a long time, he was steady. He just like, okay, I lost a game, that's fine.
right.
I lose many games, but I win more than I lose. And he just went out there doing his game.
The one thing we've seen from Nathan Lake, I think, throughout the week is he plays a pretty consistent game. Like there hasn't really been a lot of up and down. He was tired yesterday against Edmund Lopez, and he dug deep and he won the 5th game. And then we realized how tired Lopez was as well. But throughout the week, like he hasn't been. I haven't really seen him give up on anything. I haven't seen him start trying to go for crazy winners because he's under pressure. He just plays the same style.
And Nathan will make you earn every single point. He doesn't give you a freebie. And we got some comments here. Andrew Zenata says top 3 wrestlers, Brad, by ranking. Okay, so number 1, Hulk Hogan, obviously, has to be Hulk Hogan. Number 2, also an obvious, Andre the Giant. I mean, that's got to be obvious. Number 3, I'm going to go a little bit different. I'm going to say Ultimate Warrior.
Okay, I would say my top 3 are Bret the Hitman Hart, Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior.
Interesting. So we're not that far off.
Yeah. Did you have Bret Hart in yours?
No, but I think he just made a mistake.
I mean, Macho Man's a close, like he's going to be tied for 3rd, but I just...
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good. There you go, Andrew. On to the squad.
So Josh Atwell just says, Curtis loves winning from 2-1 down. He'll come out strong here. I hope so. And you know what the crowd does too? They want to see 5 games.
For the sake of the audience and the club's beer sales, I hope it goes 5 as well.
And for those who don't know, Jeff Tudhope is the manager of the club. So he would love to see more beer sales, despite the fact he's got to clean up our messes the next day.
Oh, no, I'm not cleaning it up.
Well, not like the actual messes. But,
right. Well, we're a pretty good membership here. I think everything will be fine. What a great dying length. Now Malik's upset by that ball dying in the back, but it hit the back, the nick in the back of the court.
Yeah, you can't really be upset about that.
What's to be upset about?
It was a perfectly hit length.
That's what I mean. So he's lost the first point of the game. He's already upset.
Well, you know, he also knows that in this game he's got to come out strong. Now look at where their length is bouncing. Look where Nathan's length is bouncing. It's always past the service box.
Now, would you say like Malik needs to create some pressure? Does he actually need to change things a little bit?
I wouldn't say even create pressure. I think Malik needs to get his length. It's really just foot length right now. It's coming up a little bit shorter. So whereas Malik is taking, let's say, 2 steps off the tee, Nathan's 1 to 1.5. Look at that. That was short. I mean, that's overhit. That's unfortunate. But look at that. Past the service box.
Lake seems happy to
that
just
was
rally.
The service box. Yeah, and he is, because he knows his length right now at this point in time is better.
So where would you suggest these guys be trying to bounce the ball? Back of the service box?
Depends on the pace, but generally you want to get your bounce past the service box. So
your first bounce past the back of the service box?
Yeah, generally you do, yeah. And these guys hit it pretty hard, so sometimes it varies a little bit. But Malik's length has been bouncing a little bit higher up on the wall. Sorry, a little bit higher up on the floor.
I actually did not agree with the call from the referee there. I didn't think that was a stroke.
And
again,
Malik
was out of Lake's swing.
2 or 3 in a row shots from Malik that just been a little short. So he's not getting Nathan off the tee. And Nathan's so good on the tee.
Nathan looks fresh too.
Midcourt. He looks fresh. So much of this game really just comes down to having good length. And, you know, even someone, you know, who's like, let's say Ramy Asher, who's considered one of the best shot makers of all time.
Just
phenomenal length.
Watching Lake here, he's playing around interference. He looks really loose. I think he's feeling pretty confident. just based on his movement and the way he's hitting the ball. That was a poor shot. But that's Malik playing the man there. He could have gone around. Are they giving a
Yeah,
stroke?
but he also, to be fair, Nathan didn't give him quite enough space. Malik played a little too hard in the body, just to make a case for the refs and say, hey, I'm trying to make the effort, because he knows these refs want to see effort. Nathan could have given him a little more room. No one's really innocent there. I think that should be a let.
It's been interesting commentating the matches this week because we're watching more, even though it doesn't sound like it all the time, we're watching more closely maybe than we normally do. And I've certainly noticed the difference between what looks like actual interference and created interference, or at least exaggerated interference when players are looking for a stroke. Like,
There's always a little gamesmanship that goes on.
Yeah.
And it happens every level. When we play matches,
we see it in our city league.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
We're just less subtle. Let's put it that way. We're a little less subtle.
Right.
Ooh. Well, that was a great shot, but it's, too little too late. He's down 4-1.
That's probably why he's going for it.
And keep watching his length. His length is not getting deep enough. He's not getting Nathan off the tee. Raise his target on the wall. He's got to raise his length target on the wall just a little bit. That was a little better, but not quite enough. See that? Look at that. Loose. I mean, a little too much there.
Gone for another nick there. Opportunity here.
That was nice. That was a good
That was
length.
a nice misdirection there, but Lake was all over it.
Uh,
Now Lake's gone to the body instead of playing
here's
the ball.
Problem with a shot, and I always have a problem with roughing these kind of positions. He could have gotten the ball. Malik was in the way, but who's in the wrong there?
Why not put your racket out and show that you're trying to get to the ball, but then show the interference as well? At least get a let. That was not a loose enough shot to be a stroke, in my opinion.
It's true, yeah, and it's a very difficult one.
Have they awarded a stroke there?
No, they didn't. I think they may have gave him a let.
I thought it was 1-4.
But it was also, it was a tight-ish drop.
They gave a stroke. They gave a stroke there.
Oh, they gave a stroke?
It's a little bit inconsistent.
Yeah,
with,
I think that's the wrong call. And all respect to the refs, I think they do a great job here. I just don't agree with that
I think
call.
maybe there was an appeal. Is there an appeal referee up there?
No, I don't think there is.
Malik's asking for that ball to be called out. It was
Malik
in
is
by.
saying the ball was out back there. I
was
couldn't
well
see
in.
it. Gary? Yeah, members back here watching say it was out. And that's going to be contentious.
What a great shot by Malik. Lake's all over it.
At this point, Malik has to do something.
Malik's
He has
rallying
to.
now. He's
He
not
has to rally.
trying to force points.
Oh, again.
So Lake's now again played the body.
He's playing the
I
body.
think the
of it.
referees need to start realizing what's going on here. Lake doesn't need to be playing the man.
No, and that wasn't very dissimilar from the last rally where he got the stroke. And for me, that's a little bit of inconsistency from the refs.
Well, it's a hard job, and none of us would want to be out there having to try and do this.
Oh, it's a really tough job, and having refed hundreds
I
of
think
matches.
that's a let. I think Lake was a little slow coming off that ball.
He was. I wonder if that's a sign. The last couple rallies, a few lets.
What I
slow
see
off back. Is he getting tired?
it seems like, and this has been the consistent all week, as soon as Malik hits a roller off the serve out of the back a little bit.
That was extremely fortunate for Malik.
4-5.
Extremely fortunate.
What I've noticed is as soon as one guy starts to play the body, the other guy does. And then the match gets a lot less smooth.
And that was a bad miss there from Lake as well.
So now I
That's
don't know what's
interesting.
going on with Lake. He's gone
Might
for a
have backed
winner off
up.
the serve.
Yeah,
He's
and
just
really,
rallied.
physically, he does not look fatigued like he did yesterday.
Like you were talking about earlier, a lot of it comes down to decisions. And sometimes in the heat of the moment, you think you've got an opening.
And I've made some bad decisions in my life, but, Oh!
I'm not sure how Malik went down.
We're getting
Malik
Gary
ball
Sullivan
there.
out there.
Gary, okay. You're about to see a star of the Nash. Gary. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at our resident court cleaner on court.
And
Gary
don't be
Sullivan has
surprised
been
when he
in the
spits a
front
towel.
row at the Nash Cup for about a decade, and seems to get the call anytime somebody goes down. I remember in about 2017 during the Tom Richards and Joel Macon match, I think Gary had to clean the court so much he was sweating more than the players.
Yeah, they actually had to give him a special mop to get all that sweat up. So Jeff, any predictions right now?
I still think Lake's in control. He's obviously he's got the lead here. I think Malik's...
he does appear in control. Malik is getting a little bit frantic with his shots. And I'm not sure if frantic is the right word.
So Malik has come from the back left corner, gone to the tee, and then had to go to the front left, while Lake is clearing a shot. I think he created the interference. I understand in that situation there can be, but...
Well, you know what they say, it takes two to tango.
Yeah, I struggle sometimes with situations in squash where the player leaves himself open. Like the player who hits the worst shot leaves himself open to having to go through the opponent to get to the ball. It's like, well,
I agree
you
with
put
that,
yourself in that situation.
You know, I've also come to accept that you're playing squash on the court.
Right.
And these guys are both weight tall. They're big guys. They take up space. And no matter how good you are, where you think your opponent's going to come from, you can't predict everything. You will be in the way. And sometimes to us, it might look like they're doing it intentionally or they're not.
Yeah.
But maybe it is sometimes, but we really can't know.
The Malik fans are pretty vocal in the audience here.
Andrew Zanata says, "At a boy, Gary." And Neoteric says Gary as well with an exclamation mark. I don't know who Neoteric is. Thank you.
Oh, what
Gary
a
will
shot by
appreciate
Malik.
that. So nice. That volley, by the way, I love the volley crosscourt lob. It's a fantastic shot. If it's done well, take all the pressure off yourself in the rally. It didn't work for him very well here, but it works quite well when it's done.
Dylan Kuchar and Neoteric have both contributed to Gary.
I think Gary is the most popular person in this tournament, even including the players. So I know the crowd here would love to see a fifth game.
The crowd certainly would.
Yes.
What about you, Brad?
Oh, I would, of course. I still feel like Nathan Lake has a little more control right now.
Well, he's got a 1-point lead. He's 4 points away from winning the Nash Cup. What a great shot that was. So again,
No.
Lake has gone to the man. They've given a let.
Oh, I'm not sure I agree with
Malik
that
doesn't
call.
like it. I can tell you from this angle that I'm at, looking right down the right wall, I think he could have returned the ball. No, I think he could have gotten a racket on that ball.
I think the shot was too. No,
I don't think it was a winner.
So they gave a stroke. They gave a stroke on that, which I think is incorrect.
Okay, well, I think it was a let.
I think that's a wrong call, and that's such a key call right now. I mean, that call right there,
It's a let.
you can see that called no let or stroke, and a third of the crowd here would be upset regardless.
I didn't think Malik's shot was that bad.
It wasn't.
Lake would have had to really
shot.
stretch out
No.
for it, but like.
And Nathan played the body, which that is mitigation. That's a smart thing to do, but the refs should have just maybe given a let to that. Yeah,
In fairness,
the body again. In the body.
In fairness, the referees don't have the angle we have down here, so they are seeing the match differently. So another stroke, so
And
two consecutive
They might
strokes.
also see things upstairs that we can't see from this angle, which is fair.
That's in fairness, you're right.
Malik is.
Like when you just put 2 out of bounds on the 8th hole and you crush your drive on 9.
Somebody put Malik in the corner. You don't want to do that.
Nobody puts Malik in the corner.
I would love to see that intensity continue, but that's a nice.
Oh, what a great no let. Malik's got to go around and play that ball.
I think they're giving him a no let.
Yeah, he's going for the full angle there.
He could have gone
That
around.
was a good length by Lake. It's
Yeah.
going to be match ball here for Lake.
And that right there is a bit of the younger part of squash. A little frustration. He's upset with the refereeing calls.
So Nathan
He
Lake's
could've
looking to
gone
close out
through.
this tournament here.
Rematch ball.
And he hits a boast.
Another.
A shout, a roar from Nathan Lake, the #1 seed, wins the Nash Cup.